So you guys all were drawn together by the kind of the craft and the music and everything. What drew you to Blue Ash? Is it you guys kind of live in the area, or did it have a lot to offer? Or, because you guys have an amazing facility to start out with. So, what kind of made Blue Ash, critical?
So we're called a series of fortunate events. I mean, that's the best way to describe that.
Some happy accidents. I think when you go in at this size of a brewery, because our brewery is a 20-barrel brew house, you just need the infrastructure to do it.
Right.
And so we looked at a lot of facilities, a lot, and it's just never ended. And so we by happenstance we came upon Blue Ash.
I was wondering about the super sacks
and another facility down the road, and we looked at the Blue Ash market and thought, man. Me personally, I've been in 4 different jobs over the course of 20 years. Starting out when I was 18, and so I'm 41 now, and so this will be my 5th. And it's a great community, and I feel like it's a little bit underserved. But there's also really cool stuff happening down at Summit Park that they find. I mean, it took them years to get to, but they got some really neat things happening and development happening. So I think we're on the cusp of. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's Blue Ash and nightlife's not that exciting," but actually, what's being developed down here is going to be super cool. Super cool.
I in a way think there's kind of alignment with how Blue Ash operates in brewery taproom hours, so brewery taproom hours, we're opening at the 3 p.m.s and we're closing at 9 or 10 p.m. and that's kind of how Blue Ash operates, right? Because you've got such a concentration of businesses up here, and so Blue Ash bloats during the day. They triple their residency during the day, and then all those people hit happy hours and bars, and then they go home, and then it simmers in the evening, and that's kind of what the taproom hours are doing in our industry. Obviously the more successful breweries are extending those hours, but I really feel like there is good alignment with how that concentration of business from 3 to 10, and then it's just kind of done.
I mean, you're kind of in an industrial area right here, and you might think, well, nobody's going to walk by at 9 o'clock on a Friday for a beer, but at 5 o'clock on Friday, you've probably got 20 businesses in walking distance who are going to leave their cars at work, come over here for a beer, and like you said, have a beer, maybe get food when your kitchen's open, maybe check the band, and then go home to Loveland or wherever they live, So
yeah, we are bracing for happy hours here. Yeah. 3 to 7 is just going to probably be off the chain. I mean, to your point, people just walking from next door, and we're very excited.
A lot of our neighbors are excited. Yeah, absolutely. We're just right here.
The traffic demographics alone from travelers, this being such a heavy business district as well, is phenomenal. It's like leaps and bounds. So you get a lot of people who come in for business trips or whatnot, and they go back home and spread the word. I mean, that's even
the first thing I do. The first thing I do when I'm out of town, I look for local breweries, and there's all these hotels in this area. So
if you just think about somebody who's going to travel to work at a business in Blue Ash and probably get a hotel up on Reed Hartman, and maybe never leave Blue Ash, they'll work 8-9 hours a day, go back to the hotel room. Well, now they can come right here.
Yep.
They don't have to worry about Ubering down to OTR.
And we have great Wi-Fi.
A mile.
Apparently, amazing Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I'm thankful for this all wouldn't happen, but
we're IT guys at heart, right? That's the roots.
Well, speaking of this, if you're just joining our conversation now, we are Brew Minds. I'm Jesse. This is Tom, and we're joined by all the guys here at Fretboard: Brad, Jim, and Joe. And we're talking about their grand opening. But speaking of the Blue Ash community, do you think that the northeast portion of Cincinnati is kind of an underserved market? Because you guys are just about to open. 16 Lots just opened a couple weeks ago, and then
they're up at Mason.
That's what 10-minute drive
about
here
10-15 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's a fair observation that we've been underserved. I mean, we had a brewery in Blue Ash. It was Watson Brothers.
Yeah.
And that was which is now the Firehouse Grill, and that was very successful for a long time.
Good product.
And they had good beer. And
a little before its time.
I think that was the first place I ever had actual craft beer.
Yeah, Watson Brothers. Yeah. I played there. With guitar and drums.
Now, how far are you guys from the Queen City Brewery?
Queen City's literally about 1.2 miles away, something like that.
The crow flies.
And then March 1st.
March 1st is literally
about a mile.
about 1 mile, 2 miles maybe.
You guys will have your own little brewery district.